Welcome to selfdiscoverymedia.com, where we discover the communities that are making a difference in the lives of others. Our self-discovery is something we are all making on our life's journey. Here you will find the people that will be your guidance, that will be your inspiration, that will be there for you in support on your journey of life. Do enjoy. Our next show is... Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Sara's View of Life, right here on selfdiscoverymedia.com. I'm your host, Sara Troy. Summer lovin'. Well, we're in the midst of summer, right here in North America and Canada. I have to say, though, our summer here in BC has not yet started. We're waiting for the sun to come out. But it's really quite endearing to see what is happening during this COVID. Still, we're in under that umbrella of COVID. Things won't go back to what we perceived as normal. New norms are coming out. Here in Victoria, BC, we're seeing restaurants coming out into the street, blocks being blocked off from traffic so that restaurants can come out onto the sidewalks or onto the street as they cannot fill into capacity inside. That's why we need the warmer weather. It's always wonderful to dine outside and see people walking by and the hustle and the bustle and under the good weather. I'm looking forward to it tremendously, to sitting outside at a couple of restaurants and just, viewing life as it goes by. But adjustments, we're in that phase, aren't we? Wherever we are in the world, whether it's winter or summer, we're in that adjustment of a new life, of a new norm. We can't go back to the old norm, nor do we want to. We look at the old norm as being very disrespectful, very opulent, very callous in so many ways. We took so much for granted that we didn't pay attention in gratitude to what we do have. And I recently got to see my kids. My daughter came down from Toronto and she's here for a few weeks, which is wonderful because normally she's here for a couple of days on her way somewhere. And it was over at my son's restaurant, and my other daughter from the island came over. And for a good week, I had all of my kids. Absolutely heavenly. Got my hugs in. We played games. We had laughter. We had conversations. It was wonderful. It's been so long since I'd actually seen them in that way. So much so that we're going to do it again for a few days in August. This time we're going to be away from my son's restaurant so he can relax. We've booked a place somewhere and we're just going to have fun, play games, have conversations, cook meals together, just enjoy each other's company. I think, what this has brought about is priorities. What is important to you? And when we look at, as things come into bloom from death, when we look at things come anew, when we look at new ideas and new opportunities, we look at what is possible and what is important. Obviously, family is important. Love is important. That hug, just putting your arms around people you love and giving them a hug is important. It's so fueling. I couldn't wait to do it, and I got my arms itching ready for the next hug that's going to come up when I see them again. We don't realize how much we are so busy in our lives, running down this road, down that road, chasing this dream and that dream. And then we forget that the very gifts that we were given are right in front of us. And sometimes just slowing down or even coming to a stop helps us appreciate what is there. So during this summer, find some loving the things you love to do with people you love to do. We are now in the phase of being able to go out and interact with other people. We are in here in Canada anyway. I know that America's still got a long way to go, and I still ask you, please wear masks, wash hands, either isolate yourself or distance yourselves from the crowds. We are seeing every single day new cases there, and it's just going to keep on going and going and going until you register the fact that you are going to have to change the way you do things. I know so many colleagues and friends over there, they're saying, I'm just too scared to go out, or I'm limited where I can go. So many people are disrespectful, still thinking COVID is a hoax. For all the people that have died, for all the people that's lives have been changed because of it, for all the people that put their lives on the front line because of this virus. Uh, it's so disrespectful to say it's a conspiracy. It's fake news. Pandemics happen through the history of time. Viruses come along and they sweep through, and they generally have a second phase. And if people adhere to isolation or distancing, hygiene, respect of obviously of when feeling ill, staying away from people, those pandemics never would have got out of control. But, we're already nearly at 600,000 people dead that we know of, and an awful lot of places are not keeping proper records. It's almost become a genocide in some countries of them getting rid of people, which is horrific. We've never in the history of this earth had everything happen to every country, pandemic happen to every country at the same time. And everybody's had to deal with, and it's kind of looking at that common denominator. Why have some countries done better than others? How can we learn? What are the practices? What do we do with the people that feel so isolated that, they're on the brink there? Mental health is coming into the situation. How do we reach out to them without harming them? There's so many things that we need to look at now. We're re-navigating the way we do things. And it's very, very important that we do keep navigating. We know we can't go back. We know that there's a better future if we are willing to participate in it, be a part of it. And part of that is being a part of our own growth, our own self-discovery, our own inner love being ignited, hugging yourself, igniting your heart and soul, discovering your meaningful purpose, being that light that you seek out there, being that light for others and to shine their way. This is a wonderful time of self-exploration. Now, I know for some people, it's like, yeah, but I haven't got a job, I haven't got money, my government's not supporting me, what do I do? You turn to the people who are thinking outside of the box, the innovators. I've had many of them here on Self-Discovery Media share their wisdom on building your business and many other shows. Also, they're on LinkedIn, they're on Facebook. Pay attention. There is a massive amount of innovation that's going on out there in how to generate business where normal business is not. We've got 80% of our hotels down here. We normally rely on cruise ships, which are not coming this year, tourists, which are not coming this year. And there's hundreds of thousands of people that are in the industry that are suffering right now. So what can we do to help them? How can we recreate? Well, we've said to British Columbians is travel within British Columbia and support each other and keep our industries alive that way. And we're going to have to realize every country is going through this. It's going through debt, it's going through change, it's going through struggle, and we have to be there for each other. For a lot of people, it means less, not just of salary, but of dreams, or getting married, or that travel that we're going to do this year, or buying that car, or whatever it is. It's like hold back. It's a review of your life. What is important? What is important in your life? That which is important is what needs to be fed and to be concentrated on. And look at ways that you can sustain that importance, and everything else will fall into place. We're going to go through this for at least another year. Isolation on and off, distancing. We're going to see this transition go through, and many things are going to change. Many governments and municipalities are going to have to be flexible on a few new laws in order to keep generating the money and the income that people need. And it's just that step up time, folks, in order to change it up. And in a lot of ways, I know it sounds cruel, I'm sorry, but in a lot of ways, I'm glad it's happening at a slower pace, because if it was just over now, all of you would go back to your old bad habits and we wouldn't have learned anything. And we're here to learn right now. This is given to us to learn. about ourselves, about our communities, what is important in our lives, how can we contribute, what needs to be changed, what different practices can we do when we are coming out of this. It was that invitation to change. And if it happens too fast, people just get complacent and go back. Look at Florida, all the people on the beach, thousands and thousands of people every day getting COVID, and yet they're back out there in the masses, leaving their waste everywhere, hugging and playing and saying, I don't care, until someone dies. And that someone could be them. But of course, it couldn't happen to them, right? They're young and it's all a hoax and it's not real. Yeah. Or you take it home and you give it to your loved one who dies. Accountability. It's time to wake up. It really is. It's time to be sensible and use some common sense. But in this taking some time to come to the point where we can actually start really igniting industries again at full force, maybe that's the time we need in order to shift, change our practices, change the way we look at things, to change the way we look at this planet, what we look at as important in our own lives, how we look at family and friends, who are our real friends. Have we really connected with our families? Are we really connecting with our inner selves? Are we still trying to live an exterior life? Do I really like that job, or is this the time to go on and change? I've done some wonderful shows on job opportunities that are there, even free tuition, especially if you want to be a coder and you think, well, I don't know anything about coding, but there's so many levels and there's so many job opportunities right now. Come and listen to the shows on building your business, and there's so much happening out there that can give you an opportunity. We've just got to be innovative and open and willing to receive, and let the doubt and let the fear and let the desire to have everything as it was back. I've referred a lot to Who Moved My Cheese by Spencer Johnson, MD. It's about two mice and two men and live around abundance of cheese, and one day the cheese is gone. And there's Sniffy and Scurry, the two mice are going to sniff out and scurry around to look for new cheese. And there's Hem and Haw. And Haw is like, oh, I don't know, what do I do? I wouldn't know where to find it. It's gone. What do I do about it? And eventually realizes they have to go out there and look for it, and maybe follow Sniffy and Scurry to see where they find it again. But then there's Hem. And Hem are those people where it's a hoax. You're taking my rights away by making me wear a mask. I'm not going to wash my hands for you. I want things back the way they were. And Hem gets left behind because life is constantly evolving. It's constantly changing. It's constantly redirecting. And if you're not willing to change with it, you will be left behind. I'm sorry, you will. That is just the law of nature. So this summer, or winter, wherever you are in the world, look to some personal loving. You know, that love that you've got the time to place upon yourself, to explore new opportunities, make new courses, read those books, write that book, listen to those podcasts that are going to make a difference in your life. So we've got 2,500 of them. This is the time to go in, to bring out. We are all looking for solutions. They lie within. You are the solution, but you're not it if you're chasing your tail, or being angst, or being fearful, or being angry. You have to go in and find that inner peace. Let go of old programming. Many shows on that, many. Reprogram to feeding what you want and not fueling what you don't want. And willing to go through the process of transition to embrace something new within you that will open up new opportunities around you. So summer loving is about loving you. It's about loving the people around you. It's about loving the opportunities that are there right in front of you if you are willing to see them. It's about carving that new road, that new path, in wonderment, in exploration, in adventure of what's around the corner. I don't know. How can I be a part of it? What bricks do I need to lay on this beautiful path that lays before me? So Step into some summer loving. Let that sun warm your heart and your soul. Open up your eyes. Let the breeze blow through your hair. Let the waters embrace you. And get out there and let that summer loving lift your spirits. And be willing to do that work within yourself. Be willing to go to loved ones, have those conversations, put your arms around them. Be willing to explore different opportunities, different career opportunities. Be willing to downsize if you have to in order to survive during this time period and realize how little you need to live on. Be willing to let go of those old dreams if they're important. You will find another path to them. But be willing to allow life to guide you forward. You are not going to go down the same road as you anticipated before. It's a new path. And you've been asked to lay the bricks in that path. So, be the carpenter, be the bricklayer, be the artist, be the creator that you are, and create the canvas and the path that you need to walk on in the future. Family, we leave them at a certain age and then we forget to call and we don't see much of them until it comes to a crisis and we realize, oh boy, I guess I should have called Uncle George before he passed. I guess I should have seen my grandparents more before they got sick. I guess I should really be more appreciative of my parents and give them time and love. And that goes for parents with their children. Look at the opportunities that are in front of you, the possibilities. Look at the love that is staring at you and embrace that, because that will take you where you need to go. Lighten up that spirit, flush down that fear, be willing to explore, and do it with a sense of adventure and love. I'm looking forward to my next phase in August, where I'll be taking another week off to have family time, to rejuvenate me, to get what I need to fuel my heart and soul, that loving with my family. And then I've got all sorts of new things to bring about to you in September and October, and things that have been on hold that I'm ready to put the foot to the pedal on. And I know that, yes, it's frustrating. I wanted to do this at the beginning of the year, but life got to interrupt us. And it meant that I just had to pause for a while. It didn't mean my dream was wrong. It meant maybe I have to take a different path to get to it and do it at a different time. So I have been plodding along, doing what I'm doing, updating my site, updating the selfdiscoverycommunity.org site, getting ready to bring to you the next phase, right? That's what it's about, building. Am I building a prefab and getting it up there and all the bells and whistles? No, I am literally doing it brick by brick, show by show, person by person. And that's okay. It's solid. And it will become what it's meant to become when the time is right. And I will keep moving forward. Sometimes as a cha-cha-cha, a couple of steps forward, one step back, off to the side, and turn all about. I've learned to go with the flow. Yeah, I used to want it now. Why can't we do it now? What's the blockage? And I've learned patience. The reason why I wasn't meant to do it now, because it wasn't meant to be done in the way I thought it was meant to be done. Now by going with the flow and paying attention to what I need to know, when I need to know it, I do what I need to do when I need to do it. Slow and steady, we'll get across the ocean. And along the way, we will be that beacon of information for other smaller boats or islands or countries along the way. I love what I do. I really love the people that I get to interview. I love their passion, their compassion, their conviction, their exuberance of their meaningful calling. It is a gift that I've been given to do this platform, and a gift that I'm going to continue to honor. And for as long as I can, I will do these shows free for the summer, the why shows. But I ask people to support the Fund Action Program, which is raising money to subsidize the people, the mentors, services for people in transition in life. That platform I hoped to have a while ago, but wasn't there yet. So step by step, I'll make it happen. I hope you all in this summer, wherever you are, even if you're in winter across the world, I hope you take time to warm your heart, feed your soul, lift your spirit, and calm your mind, and step into a place of love. Love of others, love of self, love of life, love of purpose, because that's what it's all about. Until next week, folks, I wish you a wonderful week. Don't forget, right here on selfdiscoverymedia.com under podcasts or shows, you will see all the lineup. If you go to What's New, it's all the current shows that are on that week. And if you scroll down, 2,500 of them, you'll see everything there. Don't forget to go to Your Stories as well. That's where we have a whole load of wonderful articles for you to read as well, written by me and by other people who wish to share. So it's all about sharing the lovin', right? It's all about stepping into love in every single way in your life, because when you do, you raise that frequency and that vibration, and you become that light, and you understand that peace, and you understand what you need to do, and you feel that wind beneath you leading you forward, and it's really exuberating, illuminating. It's wonderful. So until next week, folks, I wish you a wonderful week of exploration and listening to all our wonderful podcasts. And I will bring you something next week. I never know from week to week what I'm going to say until I press record. So who knows what I'm going to bring to you next week, whatever inspires me. But I do wish you love, self-love, love of life, love of everyone around you, love of what you do, and love of all the opportunities and possibilities that lay before you. Bye for now. We hope you enjoyed the show. We look forward to bringing you more shows. Please go to selfdiscoverymedia.com/shows and you will see the incredible lineup of genres and shows that we have for you. We are here to make a difference in your life. Thank you for listening.